nice and warm, but it's not true that nutrients, light, and optimal temperatures are always together and available for plants to grow. Microbes, as a matter of fact, make any condition suitable for many plants to grow. The relationships between plants and microbes date back to the origin of plants. For many years, this fact has not been realized until recently. The goal is to increase productivity without putting pressure on the environment, the economy of countries, and farmers. The challenge is to translate recent discoveries and knowledge into practical and low-cost applications. We need to increase the production of fruits and vegetables in order to meet the demand of nearly 9 billion people by the year 2050. Scientists have studied the networks of communications and cooperations among plants and microbes very extensively for the past 10 years and determined the precise molecular mechanisms of such interactions.
An example of a mutualistic symbiotic relationship is within this grass. Within this grass is a fungi called pelvic septicae. The grass provides this fungi with sugar and other nutrients for growth, and in return, the fungi produces toxins that ward off insect pests and grazing animals. Farmers use this in crops. This pine tree has a mutualistic symbiotic relationship with arbuscular mycorrhizae, which are endosymbiotic fungi. Fungi form hyphae that are long filaments that act as an extension of the plant's roots, which are very important in obtaining nutrients, minerals, and water. Fungi use this pine tree as a host and provide it with carbon. This bean plant is one example of a legume plant. It has a mutualistic symbiotic relationship with a bacteria called rhizobia, which are found in the root nodules of this bean plant. Rhizobia fix nitrogen gas into ammonia that this bean plant is able to use, in return for the synthesis of an organ that provides sole access to the plant's carbohydrates as well as a home.
Since microbes play a very important role in feeding the world, we need to know what services they provide to the plants. First and main microbial function is gaining of nutrients for the plants. Microbes can convert atmospheric nitrogen gas into organic compounds that are used by all plants. Other nutrients such as phosphorus, sulfur, and iron can also be converted to the usable forms for the plants. Another essential function of microbes is pathogen and predator resistance. Bacteria, fungi, and viruses can kill another microbes that are harmful to the plants. Microbes can also resist environmental stress, such as high or low temperatures, flooding, salinity, pollution, and drought. Microbes are also essential in their ability to increase surface area for water, minerals, and nutrients uptake by the plant roots. As we can see, microbes are unique and important partners for the plants. Therefore, their beneficial properties can reduce dependency on chemical fertilizers in agriculture and increase plant production.
There are many scientific challenges scientists must overcome before a microbe is put into a foreign ecosystem to determine if the microbe can thrive in the environment. Scientists must try and identify almost every microbe in the ecosystem. And since ecosystems are extremely diverse, this is an unattainable goal. Also, some microbes exist at very low populations and then multiply when conditions are more favorable, which makes them harder to obtain in samples. But with metagenomics, identification of microbes is becoming more possible.
Metagenomics is the study of genetic material found in the environmental samples and is used to identify players in an ecosystem and their functional capabilities. But besides identifying players and what they do, they must also study and determine the interacting relationships between microbes. They do this by collecting chemical compounds flowing among community members. Once scientists have identified a beneficial microbe, They place it in a controlled environment first to see how it performs. After they have promising results in the laboratory or greenhouse, they implement the microbe into an ecosystem. Many failures of this have occurred in the past because they failed to realize that single microbes will be ineffective if a critical partner is not present or if a competitor is already occupying the niche. Also, non-living factors can have an effect on the growth of the microbe. This is why doing thorough research and setting up detailed controlled environments is very, very important.
Once scientists find a microbe that works successfully in the fields, they introduce it to farmers so they can feed the world.
Microbes are essential to our ecosystem. They break down dead organisms and they also are used to produce nutrients the plants need to grow. Microbes are being used to boost plant production or to protect plants from pests. Traditional agricultural purposes like crop rotation or co-cultivation of legumes are ways that they are used. There is also a market for biological crop treatments, including biopesticides, a category that includes biological agents used as insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, and pesticides. Over half the market is made up of live microbes. They apply these microbes and biopesticides directly into the soil or onto the roots onto the leaves of the plants.